What's going on, everyone? It's Tetrosphere, and we do have the final round of Swiss from the case tournament held at GalaxyBusterTCG. This time featuring our for the first time on this channel, Corey on the left. On the right is Robert, I believe. And we need a question to get this video started. So, this is my question for you. Let me know down below, what is your favorite Time Wizard format to play? And if you don't play a Time Wizard format, tell me why. With that said, let's get started with the match. Players have shuffled, offer cut. Here comes the die roll. That was a 6 plus something versus a Snake Eyes. So Corey will get to pick who is going to get us started. And it does look like Robert is playing Vanquish Soul. Both players very kindly flashing their hands. Let's go ahead and get it started. Main phase, we're going to go pre-preparation of rights met with Ash Blossom. Not insignificant, because that of course means you have no fires to reveal, but we're going to go ahead and set 2 cards and attempt to leave main. That's going to be met with Holy Sue, reveal Rosin. Holy Sue is then going to reveal a Dark and a Fire. This is going to special summon from deck. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and summon Rosin, who then on summon is going to add a, I believe it's a non-warrior, or is it a non-fire? Regardless, it looks like Heavy Borgor was added to hand. We're going to go ahead and activate Heavy Borgor in the hand, targeting Rosin to add to hand and then summon itself. We're going to use its effect, revealing Mad Love to draw a card. And this is getting out of hand. Let's go ahead and pass it on over to Robert, who I believe I just saw draw for turn and is considering his play. What do you got, buddy? Looks like we're going to go ahead and normal summon Mad Love, who, if I'm not mistaken, on summon searches a Vanquish Soul spell or trap. Corey does have Droll and Lockbird, which will be activated on resolution. Do we have a response? It seems we don't. Open game state is achieved, considering our face downs on the side of Corey. Nothing here. We're going to go ahead and activate the field spell. Looks like we're just going to push for some damage. Borgor, Mad Love, and Holy Sue. That's somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 or 5k, if I'm not mistaken. And is that going to be all? Looks like we've gone into main phase 2, and we're considering linking off the Mad Love for the rock effect to add Mad Love to hand. So we know we have Rosin, we know we have Mad Love. That's at least a fire and a dark. The question is, do we have an earth to reveal? Regardless, however, we're probably going to go ahead and pass it back here at this point. Or we're going to use the field spell. That's right, in end phase it does set a trap, which I believe you play the, what is that, Snow Devil or something of that nature? Something Devil, right? Very powerful trap card in the Vanquish Soul archetype. Alright, let's see if Corey's able to get it started. We do have another pre-preparation of rights. Hopefully that does prove to be enough. We attempt it. Is it met with any interaction? And it would seem that that is not the case, but we can see out the corner of our eye that Robert does have a Droll and Lockbird of his own, which is going to prove very crippling against this strategy. We do have a Monster Edition, and, of course, Mirror is going to get added from hand as well. Slam down that Lockbird. Let's see what is poppin'. There we go. Alt Art, Droll and Lockbird, keeping the fort down. And looks like we're going to go chain the Borgor to draw, so that way that happens before Droll and Lockbird resolves, and we're able to get another card in the old hand. Looks like we added maybe an imperm. So we are going to go ahead and attempt the ritual. And we're going to summon from hand by tributing from deck. Considering we're under Droll, I'm not so sure what the ideal... Probably Kusanagi and Night Sword Serpent are probably what you want to send. Yeah, there's the Night Sword Serpent. And it looks like we're going to go with Aramasa. Night Sword Serpent's going to attempt to summon itself. Is Kusanagi in hand, perhaps? Now, we do still have the other ritual online to summon from deck. Habakiri is safely in a column that Rosin can't get summoned into. So, there's no way to play around it on the side of Vanquish Soul from that. So we are going to be able to summon the Murakumo and tribute the Habakiri. Murakumo on summon is going to attempt to blow up the field. I do believe we can chain this here, and let's see what we're able to reveal. Looks like we're revealing 2. And let's see if I can... Where's my phone? I want to pull up what the reveals are as far as... Oh, but it looks like we're chaining the impulse anyway. Yep, the reveal 1 does special summon a Vanquish Soul from hand, so impulse can negate it. Now... That being said, the field spell does allow you to reveal as a replacement for destruction once. But we're still in a good place attack-wise. But we're going to go Holy Sue, I think, here to reveal. And we're going to chain Mirakumo to force a discard. Of course, we're just going to discard that garbage Fuelos. Now we're going to summon Xiaolong. Okay. Do we have 2 fires to reveal for Xiaolong? Oh, no, we can just change it to defense by revealing 1 fire, can't we? Yeah. Alright, so it looks like we went to main phase 2, and we're going to go for a Link 2 play. We're going to go... Oh, but you... Oh, the impulse was set, so you're not restricted. Dynamondo is still online. So we're going to target the Habakiri and something else to shuffle both back into the deck. Looks like we're going to go Heavy Border. Alright, so we're still alive here. Not out of this. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and cut deck and pass it back to Robert, who, however, has serious card advantage. So this Dynamondo is going to have to be nasty. It looks like we're going to go Snake Your Soul, revealing a dark... Stake Your Soul, revealing a dark, which will allow us to special summon a non-dark. And we're going to... Was that not Stake Your... Oh, is it same? Stake Your Soul, same attribute, isn't it? Okay, it must be. Okay, so we reveal a dark to summon a dark. So Heavy Border just comes right back. And we're going to reveal Rosin plus something else. Probably for Holy Sue to special summon from deck. And it looks like we're... Or adding? Who adds? Is it Xiaolong? No, I think Xiaolong has 2 effects that are both fire reveals. Does Holy... No, Holy Sue's effects are special or take control. What reveals to add? I'm pretty sure Borger is damage and draw 1, right? So we're just going to go into battle. But we chain its effect on attack deck to target Murakumo to hit the field. So that's going to happen, and then on summon, it's going to attempt to blow everything up. We're going to reveal Rosin with the effect of the field spell to prevent the destruction. I do not know what's happening here. Okay, I'm not 100% sure what that was, but it looks like... Okay, so we're going Jiaolong Declare, and then we're revealing a Fire and a Dark for Holy Su to special? Is that what's happening? Oh, to take control. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. That'll do it. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, so going into game 2, let's see what comes in from the side deck. Not a lot of great choices, honestly. Looks like just the Great Purification, ironically, coming in. On the side of Vanquish Soul, I'm sorry, are you taking Droll and Lockbird out? I mean, it's not amazing against pure Mitsurugi, but it's not bad. Was it just one Droll you took out? Looks like some Harpies coming in. Considering that Teekboo, but maybe not. Teekboo is interesting because even though it's a trap card, it's kind of like a board breaker too. It's one of those continuous traps that you can kind of just like set into a board that doesn't have back row removal, and then just flip it on turn 3, and your opponent's really stuck in a bind. I don't necessarily hate Teekboo as a going second tech, which is kind of crazy, but it's just one of those cards. It's kind of like Skill Drain. You know, it's one of those continuous traps that actually can break a board. All right, so it looks like we're still doing some siding, maybe carefully took our time to decide what to take out, but players are shuffling up, and soon game 2 will be starting. Corey will have the opportunity to choose going first if he so desires once again. It would be really phenomenal if he could resolve pre-prep and not have to play through a Droll and Lockbird. For him. For Robert, of course, it'd be phenomenal if every time pre-prep hit the board, he had a Droll and Lockbird. But we will see what happens. I did see a point in the direction of Robert. Was that an indication of who's going first, or was that perhaps just some chatter? All right, there's the cut. Let's see who's playing the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's see. We have a good normal summon, good extender, couple hand traps, a bestial. Prayers, presumably in draw phase, tributing Aramasa. We do have Droll and Lockbird, but it's the fucking draw phase, buddy. Or at least it better be. Corey, if you did not activate this in draw phase, I'm going to be so upset. Oh, we have a bestial of our own. That's insane. All right, Aramasa effect to add. We're going to go ahead and add the Murakumo. All right, and let's see what happens here. We're going to reveal the Habakiri to attempt its effect. There is the Saji which hits the field, gets tributed, and then, of course, because it was tributed, it will trigger its effect to search a Mitsurugi spell. And we're just going to go ahead and add the ritual, and Droll and Lockbird's going to get dropped. Poor guy. Going to go ahead and attempt ritual. Looks like we are tributing from deck, I would imagine. That way we can at least get the Night Sword Serpent out and the Kusanagi to recover some resources. I think that's the play. And then you go into a rank 4. There you go. Alright, so of course Kusanagi is going to add, and then Night Sword is going to trigger to summon itself. And out comes Mirakumo. Okay. So, where do we go from here? We do have another ritual spell which we could utilize, but I don't really see a need to in this game, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay. This one, of course, will summon from deck by tributing from anywhere else. Could go Futsu. That is exactly what we're going to do. And we're going to go ahead and tribute that Habakiri from hand. We're going to go ahead and set the impulse as to not restrict ourselves. Very wise. And we're looking into our extra deck for either a link play or perhaps a rank 4 play. Looks like we are going to be linking into IP Masquerena. And looks like a passive turn. So Robert draws into Holy Sue. We have an IP, Murakumo, Futsu, Impulse in the back row. And we're going to go ahead and attempt Holy Sue revealing Xiaolong. That's me met with Impulse. So Holy Sue, or Holly Sue, as it is in TCG, will not hit the field. What do we got, Robert? You were able to stall him for a good bit, hold him back, but not quite stymie his efforts. He still has a good bit of interaction to play into. I do see what looks like the Vanquish Soul field spell. We know Xiaolong. We know Holly Sue. I think we know the Magnemite from previous. He just passes on an empty field. Okay. Corey draws for turn. Got into some kind of spell. Couldn't quite make out what it was, considering the board state here. Puts Futsu in attack. And let's see. Are we going to attempt to Bestial our own Saji just to get some damage on the board? We're going to chain an opposing Bestial. And then that's going to be chained with Mirakumo. Futsu is going to activate here in a new chain as well as the opposing Magnemite. And Futsu is targeting the Kusanagi, which is huge because that does mean... And we're going to Ash the Magnemite. Pretty wise here because we don't want... Like, the Bestials are quite good into pure Mitsurugi. We don't want even more of those to end up in the hands of Robert. So, not a terrible Ash there. Now we're going to go ahead and go with Mitsurugi Ritual, which we recovered from Kusanagi. Let's see, are we summoning from deck or tributing from deck? Looks like we are summoning from deck, tributing the Mitama. We're going to attempt Mitama to summon itself and search a card. And I assume we're going to go Murakumo here to pop the board, but perhaps not. We know that Holly Sue's in hand, so it might be wise to save that for when that's already happened. We're going to go ahead and add prayers. This is looking pretty good. We're going to go Holly Sue, attempt... Reveal Xiaolong. Okay, so Holly Sue hits the board. We have two monsters in hand. Futsu is going to trigger here to summon from grave, going for Aramasa. Aramasa then, of course, can also tribute to add a Mitsurugi monster. We passed the Saji. I'm not sure what else you would add. I guess you could go Habakiri to have a good tribute. Let's see. What are we considering here? I think, yeah, we go into the extra deck for sure. Because if we can out that Holly Sue, that's going to be huge. What do we have that'll do it? Maybe not much. Okay, so we're going to link away the IP and the Murakumo into the Dynamondo, who can then target the Habakiri and the Holly Sue to shuffle back into deck. Holly Sue is going to reveal... Was that double... Or that was Fire and Dark, and then Border is going to put the Holly Sue back. Holly Sue is going to go ahead and special from deck. So let's see. I believe it's a Fire and Earth in hand then. Ooh. Pardon me on that. Let's see. What are we choosing to summon here? I'm going to go ahead and go with Rosin. And we're going to go ahead and go with Futsu to summon Murakumo. Rosin's going to try to pop the other Murakumo, but that will probably not succeed because the Mitsurugi Rosin searches. The Rosin pop won't succeed though because the little Mitsurugis contribute to replace a destruction. So now we're going to go ahead and go Murakumo to pop the board here. Which I do believe this was the time to do it. The thing is, if you change Caesar, what are we doing? Borgo to burn? Is that is that what we're activating, perhaps? Or was it Rosin to try to pop? Oh, does it? Oh, does Rosin have that protection? Yes. Yes, that's right. Okay. Fair enough. But I still think we're in a commanding position. Like, there's no way we don't just push for game here, right? I mean, we know exactly what's in hand. Basically, every quick effect has been utilized. I don't see any reason why we don't win here. At least I don't think... I guess Xiaolong can summon itself. Is that maybe what we're thinking on resolution? Because a Vanquish Soul was revealed to activate an effect. But I really just don't think it matters. Okay, so I guess we're going to go Caesar to put the Rosin back in hand, summon itself. What are its effects? I think it's a pop... And it can make itself unaffected, right? But again, you have the little Mitsurugis to replace the pop. All right, it looks like we're going into battle. Okay, so there's some damage. Murakumo into the Xiaolong. Xiaolong's attempting to put it in defense. Ooh! So nasty! So nasty! And I don't think... Has Murakumo revived itself yet? Even if it hasn't, that doesn't matter because it can still just come back off prayers. And then it just... Prayer says it can't attack directly, but it can still attack. Oh, Xiaolong doesn't target. Okay. What are you reading? You know what prayers does. It can search and summon because he tributed. You know that. It just can't attack directly. So now it can go over the Xiaolong. Everything else pushes for game. That's scoop phase. We're going to game 3. Corey took it. Game 2. Let's go. That's my boy right there, man. Let's go. The other thing, too, Mitsurugi has a lot of gas, even the pure variant. It can play into boards. It can force a grind game. Vanquish Soul is also great in the grind game, don't get me wrong. These are two games that, or two decks that both have a lot of resource recycling and plays that generate advantage over several turns. So neither one necessarily wants or needs to end the game quickly. But I guess all I'm trying to say is even going second, pure Mitsurugi is not lacking in this regard. Vanquish Soul does not create a board that's not worth playing into. It's a very fair deck, at least in this form. Halisu is definitely a very strong card, but I don't think she's like oppressive. We'll see what Corey is able to do here. Or Robert might just pull it off, given that he does have the advantage of going first. Given that, Vanquish Soul is a very powerful deck. Is he able to make it happen? Only one way to find out. Actually, there's several ways. You can watch the video. You could pause the video and ask either of these players what the result was, or anyone who happened to be spectating. That would also give you the information. So there is more than one way to find out. I was yapping when I said there's only one way to find out. But the best way to find out for sure is to simply continue watching the video with me and enjoy my commentary. And also, like I said, let me know down below. Favorite time wizard. Me, I'm a hat man. I love me some hat format. I don't know. Just thought about watching Robert face palm there. Gave me a chuckle. Alright, so it looks like we're going to start off with Stake Your Soul, revealing Mad Love to special summon a Dark. And of course, we're going for Heavy Borger. There's Mad Love on the normal summon to add a Vanquish Soul spell or trap. This, of course, is going to search the field spell. Not quite so sure I can see what's in Corey's hand, but doesn't seem to be a Droll and Lockbird, so we're going to go ahead and activate the field spell. And the field spell is going to go ahead and get us access to Rosin. Going to link Mad Love off into the rock. Rock is attempting to summon, and Impulse is going to prevent that. Now, this time Impulse was used from the hand, so something like Dynamondo is now offline. And Heavy Borger returns to hand to resolve Stake your soul, and Corey draws for turn. Looks like we're going to go with prayers. Tributing Murakumo. What is our ad of choice in this scenario? Adding the Habakiri. And do we special from hand? Doesn't seem like it. Murakumo is just going to trigger to add any Mitsurugi card. Going for the ritual. We're going to go evenly matched into a board of 3 cards, which is interesting, but it might force a... Okay, so we're going to go ahead and keep the rock, and now we will never know what that face-down card was. Not a tech you see very often. Let's see if it pays off. Robert heavily considering. Man does still have 4 cards in hand. We're keeping the face down. Yo! We gave up the rock. Alright, main phase 2. We're going to go ahead and reveal Habakiri. And it looks like we're going to go ahead and summon and tribute Saji. Saji is going to attempt to add a Mitsurugi spell trap. We're going to go ahead and add Mirror. And once again, Joel and Lockbird. Robert! Let the man search his deck. Let him add cards from deck to hand. What's wrong with you? That is a young man. Dude, this dude has been drolled like 4 fucking times in this match. Regardless, we're going to go ahead and use Ritual to tribute from deck to summon Habakiri from hand. I'm pissed. Serpent and Kusanagi. Serpent summons itself. Kusanagi is going to add something. It's going to be the prayers. And it looks like we're just going to set a couple cards, go for a ritual to summon from deck. I think it's got to be Mirakumo, though. Oh, we're going Futsu. Okay. Mirror. Okay. Oh! Played into the Imperm column. That stings. No. Normal summon Rosin. Great Purification, Tribute Futsu. Of course, this can negate Rosin's effect. Robert, you played this deck. Great Purification does not target. So it's still going to negate Rosin. Magatama is going to make Borger miss. What the fuck is going on? What do you think is... there you go. Fucking thank you. Alright. Futsu hits the field and searches. Adding Ritual to hand. Man's got Thrust. Pisses me off. The Murakumo was not properly summoned, so Futsu can't bring it back. If that's what you're afraid of. Stake your soul. Revealing a dark. Gonna go with Kusanagi. Logical. Mad Love's going to add the Snow Devil. Kusanagi is going to return some resources. I think you probably go Murakumo. Could be Mirror. Looks like he went Magatama. Okay. That field spell being banished face down is crazy here. Dude, if Corey pulls out ahead of this and takes it from Robert after all this fucking... oh my god, I can't believe this. Takes the match away from Robert after fucking getting drolled so many times. Like, dude, man has not been allowed to play the game. He has been floodgated to death this whole match and is somehow still forcing a grind game in Game 3. I'm going to give it up to my boy. What's happening here? Why are you revealing your hand? Are you scooping? Why are you revealing your hand? Oh, it's because they were cards that were added. It's knowledge. Okay. I was going to say, don't give up. All right, so we got that Snow Devil set, and it looks like we're passing it over to Corey, who draws a Fua. Honestly, not the worst thing imaginable because you can normal summon it and open up a rank 4 play. Let's see what we decide to do. Looks like we're going to go Magatama, tributing the Kusanagi, probably targeting the fucking Mad Love. We're going to go, I think that's Borger, target Mad Love to return it to hand and summon it. We're going to go Futsu to target the Saji to summon, and Kusanagi should also be adding a resource. And I think Borger's just drawing a card. Yep. Did we not fire off Kusanagi? That should have also added something back to hand. It was tributed, even though Magatama resolved and negated. Alright, so we've got prayers. We're going to attempt ritual. Ritual's good. Alright, we're going to summon Murakumo, tributing the Futsu. Murakumo is going to trigger, and Futsu is going to trigger. What do we got? Alright, looks like we're going Snow Devil, revealing 2. So that's going to special summon and I believe burn. They're both... Okay, so it's going to deal a total of 1,000. Going to special summon a Vanquish Soul from hand. And Vanquish Soul monsters he controls can't be destroyed by card effects this turn. Did we negate that with Murakumo? Alright, looks like we're summoning Rosin. Okay, so that must have resolved. Rosin should get a search here, and... possibly we'll try to... pop the Murakumo, but... like I said, Saji contribute itself to replace that destruction. Having a good think about what to add here. Let's see, I'm noticing we're a pretty good length into this recording, and it just so happens that Vanquish Soul has no problem burning for time. Maybe pick up the pace there. Just saying. I shouldn't be so cynical. I should not be so cynical. But I am. It's my channel. I can say what I want. We've added Jiao Long. Looks like Rosin, Fire Dark. Is that the pop? Tributing the Saji to replace it. Alright. Corey, please take this to the house. Do it. Tribute the Heavy Borger and the Murakumo to summon Wosu. Or, okay, prayers also works, I suppose. Does Wosu have the tribute from hand? That might not have been a play. I might have been yapping. Oh, fuck. That is so ass. Not sure why we're showing our whole hand like that, but whatever. Looks like we're choosing to summon Kusanagi off the effect of prayers, and of course Futsu is also going to trigger here because Robert special summoned a monster, and Kusanagi is going to add Murakumo back from banishment. Okay. Come on, buddy. You got to have some fuel in that tank. You can do this. Don't make the mistake of going Dynamondo. You activated Impulse from hand this turn. Dynamondo is not a legal play. Well, I mean, you can summon it, but you can't use its effect. Alright. Looks like we're going Wosu. Why are we discarding it? Okay, there we go. There we go. Summon it inherently by tributing Aramasa, and I would go Heavy Borger. Yep. Okay. Okay. Alright, you've got some link options, you've got rank 4 access, you've got rank 8 access. Code Igniter could perform a ritual summon, that'd be kind of crazy. I do believe Code Igniter is a level, or a dark, so I don't think Impulse turns it off. We're just going to go into battle. Futsu doing some damage. What are we doing? What are we doing? This has to be like almost the match, right? Because we're like 45 minutes into this video. This is almost over, dude. You have to kill here. Magnamut's resolving. This is the end phase. No! All right, fucking Vanquish Soul takes it. Peace.